And I guess she noticed me looking, and she was like, I mean, like we usually do have outdoor seating, but like just not right now, because like we're about to close in like 10 minutes, so like y'all are gonna be the last people here. Holy shit, dude! All right, fucking, they must have updated Zoom or something, because as soon as I hit record, I just heard this fucking robot voice. It scared the shit out of me, man. It's like, this meeting is being recorded. Like, all right, by me, dude, or by someone else, you know? Jesus fuck, man. What's going on, man? Welcome back to the Pupil's Life. Episode 97. Episode 97, man. It's good, man. It's all good. What are we doing, man? What's it, fucking May? It's late May and it's almost summer. I don't really even know if it's already summer. Feels like summer some days. But yeah, dude. Welcome to the show, dude. This is a Pupil's Life. I guess I'll just get into it, man. What do I have to talk about this week? I went to a movie. I went to the movies recently. I went to not. I've not been going to the movies. I went to a movie at a movie theater, and I fucking, what else, man? I've been reading a lot. I've been reading. I've been. That's how like everybody starts when people are doing stand up. When amateurs are doing stand up, I feel like that's always how they start. Is like by telling you what they've been up to. It's like, well, so been going on a lot of dates. Anyone else been going on dates? Just trying to find some fucking validation from the audience. But this isn't stand up, dude. This is sit down. This is fucking just chill out, dude. Sit down and learn a little something about yourself. Um, I do have a list, dude. I do make lists of all the things I'm talking about on the podcast. And yeah, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. I've had a weird day. Mondays are like my day to sort of reconnect with myself, you know. Everybody's working except for me. My brother's at his girlfriend's house apartment, and you know, just like nobody's available, and so it's like I'm forced to be with myself. And it's generally after the weekend, so I've either been working a lot or going out a lot or spending a lot of time just not by myself. So Monday is like, all right, dude, don't forget, don't forget, you're you come first. And if you don't treat yourself first, man, you can't treat anyone else. If you don't put your mask on, and I don't mean your fucking COVID mask, dude, I mean your fucking airplane mask, then you can't put your baby's mask on. Um, it's crazy, dude, that the word mask has just been transformed. Like, I remember when I was in maybe like ninth grade, my Spanish teacher, she taught us about our like she taught us about the evolution of language, and how there are words that mean something today that didn't used to mean that 25 years ago. Uh, and mask, dude, mask is just such a loaded word now. You know, when I fucking like my memoir, when I wrote my memoir, we all wear masks. It was like, to me, a mask was like either Halloween, dude, or, you're not being yourself and you're wearing a mask. And now it's like, you say the word mask, you might lose a friend, dude. You say the word mask, you might get a date canceled. You say the word mask, you might lose your job. Um, but I don't know, man. That's politics. And today I'm not feeling politics, dude. But so I've just had a day where I've reconnected with myself a little bit. That's what Mondays are. And I wrote, dude, I'm just fucking, dude, I'm getting down. I'm inching, dude, closer to the end of the book that I'm writing. Just inching, dude. And I wrote about the trip I took home to see my dad last November. And then I had therapy, dude. And it was just fucking like I had therapy, and I told my therapist, can we try just like audio only? Because it's all on Zoom now, and I'm sitting there, dude. I'm just staring into this guy's face, and if it even in person, it's really difficult for me to emote if somebody's looking at me. And so I just fucking lie down. I lay down. I hate the fucking conjugation of that word, dude. I lay down and closed my eyes and did therapy like that, dude. Just eyes closed for 50 minutes. And we got into some like deep family past, and just, I don't know, man. I've been having a hard time. I've just been having a hard time with myself, dude. Uh, and it's all been, you know, it's all triggered by romantic relationships, man. And I'm seeing this girl right now, and she's awesome, man. She's awesome. It's like none of it is the external. Externally, dude, dope lady. We get along really well. But internally, dude, it's just like all the sirens are fucking like meh, meh, DEFCON 5, just just like just in my head, man. There's fear, there's fucking worry, and there's jealousy. There's just everything, dude. Everything that when I'm single, I'm like, I'm fucking working on myself, dude. It just all comes back, and you're like, was I, dude? Was I really? And the answer is yes, of course you fucking were. But I just start to doubt myself a lot more. I start to think about the other person a little bit more than maybe is conducive to like having a good day, and texting, dude, forget about it. Forget about texting, dude. It's just texting is like I can't text somebody that I'm dating, have a good day, without then just spiraling, you know? Like I text have a good day, and maybe the message only gets the one check mark, and now all of a sudden I'm like, oh, they've blocked me. They've blocked me, dude. Something happened. I must have done something in my sleep. and now this person blocked me and they're probably never going to talk to me again. You know, like shit like that. As ridiculous as I know in the moment that it sounds, I still believe it. And it's just this emotional kind of overwhelm where your rational brain stops working, man. And it's just, especially for someone as creative as me, it's just like, I'm just going to run with it, dude. You know, I'm going to, if that scenario doesn't make sense, I'll think of 50 more, you know? And, and it just gets to be a lot, man. And it's easy to try and convince yourself of like, oh, well, like, you know, then why don't you just end it, dude? And it's like, well, but that's just running away from it, you know? I could end it and just go back to being single and then believe like, oh, dude, I'm feeling good again. But it's like the next time I meet someone, the same thing's gonna happen, you know. And so it's just like, I think what it is that I'm just at that moment. What's it called, dude? The breaking point or something like that, where you're just like, I fucking was writing about this morning with the thing about my dad. You know, when I went to visit my dad, uh, and I've talked about this before, but just to make the point, I started to feel just really hurt and really sad and all these emotions. And he saw me, and I fucking ran into my room and just kind of locked myself in there. Just what I've done my whole life, you know. Just I don't want my parent to see me crying, because if they do, then they're going to feel weird, and then I'm going to feel like I've hurt them, and I can't bear that feeling, right? Because my role my whole life has been to protect my parents and take care of their emotions and feel their emotions. And and I just remember in that moment I was in bed and I was crying, and my dad was at the door just like, "Come on, let me in, like let's talk." And that was one of those moments, you know, where I could have, it's this is the kind of moment I'm trying to talk about, where you can either rationalize your way out of it and just do the same thing you've always done, which is avoid it, or you can kind of just take responsibility, man, and say, all right, it's not the girl. It's not like it's not fucking, you know, it's not anything that's happened. It's not anything she's done. It's not anything like I'm not like too busy to be in a relation. I'm not any of those things, dude. It's just it's me. And it's just that moment where you either step up to the plate, man, or you just kind of rationalize it, and you're like, ah, well, fucking, it probably wouldn't have worked out anyway, or whatever, man, you know. And it's just uh or like I guess more I'm just talking about like the day to day, right? Like if I text her and it's like I start fucking thinking that like I just have really low self-esteem, man, is what I've realized, and I'm really insecure. And that's why it's so like I don't want to say dangerous, but it's why I'm so cautious of getting carried away just with the things that I read and how much I feel like I know, is because that gives me a sense of worth, you know, and a feeling of high self-esteem. Is like, if I know more than other people, then that makes me better. Because deep down, dude, it's just an insecure little kid. And so there's all these feelings, right? And so if I do something, even if I do something nice, dude, like texting, like, hey, thinking about you, hope you're having a great day. I'm just like, dude, now I'm just, my brain goes into overdrive. And it's like I start to analyze every little thing that she texts. I analyze how fucking long it takes her to text. And I'm just analyzing, why am I analyzing? Then it's just is is so fucking like that. Those are the moments I'm talking about where I can rationalize it, and I can make up some reason for why I'm doing that, and then take an action based on that feeling, or I can actually put the things that I've been learning into practice, dude. And which isn't to say that you can't slip up or make mistakes, but it's like, okay, dude, you feel uncomfortable. Do you have to do something, or can you just feel uncomfortable? Is the uncomfortable feeling going to go away, or is it going to be there forever? Right? Do you need to avoid it, or will it go away on its own? Um, and so just stuff like that, man. It's just like like actually, dude, actually fucking do the thing that is difficult, and don't just make up excuses for past behaviors and repeat those, you know. Um, and so I don't know, man. It's just really, I've come to realize, and it's difficult for me to accept, dude. I'm in the process of accepting it, but I've come to accept that my map of relationships, dude, I got the wrong map, you know. And my map of relationships is it led me into the forest. It led me into the wilderness. And and now I just kind of need to fucking like find my way out, dude, without a map. And that's really how it feels sometimes. It's like I don't know what I'm doing, man. I don't know what I'm doing. I have some kind of idea of what is healthy and what isn't healthy. Um, but it all gets so blurred. Like when it's me in the situation, if it's fucking a friend of mine telling me, if a friend of mine was telling me about the situation I'm in right now, as if they were in it, like if they were just telling me about their situation romantically and it was the situation I'm in, I feel like I would just be able to sort of see it for what it is, like, oh dude, you're just afraid of intimacy or whatever, right? And but when I'm in it, it's just like it's that and it's 10 other things. Um and so I don't know, man. That's how it feels. It feels like every day I'm just trying to find my way out of the woods. Um and and at the same time trying to like take care of myself and find food and find shelter. It's like, yes, I have a goal, which is to figure out a better map, figure out a way out. Um, but at the same time, I still have to be taking care of myself. I can't just sprint out of the woods. It's going to take me a while to get out of the woods. Um, and along the way, I need to be drinking water. I need to be eating. I need to be exercising, dude. I need to be sleeping. I need to be, all these things. And so it's just crazy, man. It's just fucking crazy. It's just fucking crazy, man, to be just this. Just it's crazy to just be this, dude. It's crazy to just be this. uh, it is, man. I mean, if you really think about it, like, how crazy is it to be just this, dude? Uh, and and so yeah, man. I don't know. So I was talking about it in therapy, and it's just, and then he started asking about my family, dude, and like he said like, what's your idea of why your parents separated? And it's like, oh, well, my dad cheated on my mom. My mom and my dad tried to work it out, tried to give it another shot. They had me. My dad continued to cheat, and my mom just kind of couldn't handle it anymore. Like she's like, enough is enough. She was dealing with her whole like her mom. My mom's mom was like very religious and very much like divorce is a sin, dude, or whatever. And so my mom had a lot of shame in regards to that. But enough was enough. And so my parents separated, dude. But at the core of that idea is this feeling that I was supposed to fix it and that I didn't, and that I made it worse, dude. That I made it harder for them, um, because I just exposed how broken they were, you know. Um, and I was just born into this environment where my dad was just not there, man. Like I saw my dad, maybe once or twice a week. Uh, but like he was just like a bro. He was just some fucking dude that like the way that Erin Tyler described her dad. I think it was on my podcast with her, the episode I did with her, or maybe it was in her book. There's no better description for how I feel than what she said, which is like my dad's just like a deer that's in the forest that I look at, and like it looks at me, and it's just like we're just looking at each other like the fuck, or something like that. Like my just like a scared deer in the forest that I just see from time to time. And my mom, dude, my mom was also trying her best, but at the end of the day, she told me like there were so many times where I was with you and your siblings, but I just was so in my head that I wasn't really there. I wasn't really present, or I'm not even in my body almost. And and so that led to, like, I told my therapist, man, like I just I can't remember a time where I felt safe or where I felt accepted, like fully accepted, dude, or truly safe. I came close with my brother, but my brother was a kid, dude, and so like after enough time, my brother would get tired of it and just be like, "All right, dude, like I just want to like fucking watch a movie on my computer, like go hang out by yourself, dude," or something like just like he's not my dad, dude, and so I always felt like there was this time limit with my brother where like, all right, like he likes me and we can spend time together, but I always felt like he probably wants to be alone too. Um and like my uncles, dude, on my mom's side, my mom's brothers, they always asked me questions and like seemed genuinely interested in getting to know me and spend time with me. But I would see them once a year, dude. And so it was always like we were catching up, and um but so there was never like my therapist asked me like, who are your male role models? And I said Ryan Atwood from the OC, dude. My role models growing up, dude, were Ryan Atwood from the OC. And if you know anything about the OC, dude, then that should fucking tell you everything about me. Um, but it's true, dude. Like I vividly remember feeling like in fourth or fifth grade, I remember my girlfriend and I were like having trouble or something, and I was just so fucking um like, oh, I just felt so scared And so I was like, what would Ryan Atwood do? And it's like, he wouldn't give a fuck, dude. And I just remember trying to act like Ryan Atwood when I was scared. Um, and so I just never felt, I never felt safe, dude. I never felt safe. I never felt like fully accepted. I never really felt like I had this kind of cocoon protecting me. Um, and I don't think I've felt that to this day, man. Like I think during some of my plant medicine sessions, I've for sure felt that. But I cannot honestly tell you a single person that I've felt like this person fully accepts me and this person is fully always going to be there, and this person, I feel safe with this person, you know? Like the closest to that is probably my brother, dude. But like I can't record this podcast if my brother's home, you know? How safe do I feel around him if I can't record my podcast when he's home? Because I'm just so, I don't even know what I'm afraid of, you know? He fucking listens to the podcast. It's like it's just like he's like this fear, dude, that he's gonna be like laughing at me in the kitchen, or just be like, man, that's fucking a dumb thing to talk about, or I don't know, dude, I don't know what it is, but like he's the person I've felt most accepted and safe with, and like I can't even record my podcast when he's home, dude. So like, and if I'm sad, dude, I feel like I need to cry quietly so that he won't know that I'm sad, because I'm doing the same shit I did with my dad and my mom, dude. I'm doing it with him. It's like, oh, well, if I cry, dude, then he's going to know that I'm sad, and then he's going to ask me why, and then I'm going to have to explain why, and then it's just going to be like, what if he invalidates me, right? It's just like, what if he fucking judges me? What if he does this? What if he does that? It's like, it's just how it's always been, man. And that's how it is. Um, that's just how it's always been, dude. And it's not to say that I don't have amazing friends and that I haven't been with amazing women, dude, and had amazing moments and a lot of positive, dude. A lot of positive. But it's always, there's always this, just this kind of this tightrope that I'm walking on, that's like I have to sort of, I still have to be a certain way, or else this person is gonna disappear, dude. Um, you know, like if I say no to hanging out with this person, they're never gonna invite me out again. If I if I tell this woman that I'm dating how I feel, she is gonna think I'm weak. And just all this shit, man. Dude, I'm starting to feel fucking pain in my like lower left rib. Just from fucking thinking about this. But so yeah, dude. And that's my fucking Mondays. Like that's the kind of shit that I do on Mondays. Just stop and really think, dude. Just stop and think, you know? Just stop the fucking what's it called? The rat race, dude. And just really think. Like, are you okay, dude? Are you okay? Uh generally it's like I am, dude. But I'm also sad, and I'm also just a lot of other things, you know? Um and that's why, dude, that's why this podcast and just writing, dude, like I had this conversation with my brother the other day, and it really made me think, or kind of just reaffirmed for me why I do the things that I do the way that I do them. Because we were talking about his photography and how, he's got like two different gigs. He's got his architectural photography for a company here in Austin, and he's almost like able to live off of that income, right? Not like a fucking crazy rich life or anything, but like a decent fucking income, dude. And then he has his Instagram that he's trying to build like a following on, and that's more of his creative, like not that his architectural stuff isn't creative, but it's like his artistic expression. And he says that when the money stops coming in from the company he works for or with, that he starts to feel like, what's the point, man? What's the point of all this if I'm not making money? Or is this really working if I'm not making money? And it just sort of put things in perspective that like he's on one extreme, dude, and I'm on the other extreme. He's like, if it's not bringing any money in, then what's the point? And I'm on the other place of like, this doesn't need to bring any money in, and it's totally fucking fine, and it just reminded me sort of like, because I was telling him like, what keeps you going, dude? In those moments, what keeps you going? What's your purpose, dude? What's your mission? What's your fucking, why are you doing this? And it made me reflect a little bit on my own experience with my creative projects, where like, dude, my podcast, I don't know how many people listen to this, you know? Uh there's some episodes that do better than others, but if you look at it on a macro, dude, nobody listens to this. And so why am I doing it? Right? Why am I doing this thing if nobody listens to it? Well, because it gives me a place to flesh out my life, dude. It gives me a place to flesh out my fucking feelings and it just gives me a place to stop and think, dude. Am I doing okay? It gives me a place to have fun. It gives me a place to sort of be silly again and just sometimes talk about fucking people playing bulletproof at the pool, and being annoying. And and writing, dude, is like, it's the same thing, dude. I fucking cried writing this morning, and I cried writing on last Wednesday, dude. I cried hard last Wednesday, dude, crying, or writing. um and so like, if nobody reads that, dude, it doesn't matter, it's already done something for me. And like, when I was thinking about fucking relapsing, dude, and I'd recorded that episode like 10 episodes ago or some shit, uh it doesn't matter if anybody listens to that, because recording that helped me not to relapse, and my brother has that with photography. I feel like he just hasn't really connected to it, you know because when I look at his pictures, man, and I look at the joy that he gets from fucking taking pictures and how long he can sit at his computer editing pictures, I'm just like, dude, this is, you know, like, you're afraid of you're afraid of showing your voice in almost every way. But the fact that you're not afraid of showing it with your photography, dude, that is huge. And that is the gateway. That's the dude. It was the same with me. Like, I wanted to be in all the plays in high school, but I didn't because I was scared. I wanted to be at the talent show, didn't, because I was scared. I wanted to join the fucking, whatever in college, didn't, because I was scared. Dude, like, it wasn't until I started writing that I was like, I befriended my voice and I befriended myself and my creativity. I was like, hey, dude, I'm actually like, this is pretty cool. I can be proud of this. And then one thing turned into another. And then all of a sudden, I'm fucking just like doing a podcast, dude. And now it just feels like whatever, you know? And not just doing any podcast, dude. Like, I don't know anyone else. I don't know anyone else, dude, that would talk about the things that I talk about just week in and week out, dude. You know, like people are afraid, man, and I'm afraid. You know, what if the girl that I'm seeing, dude, listens to this and changes her mind? You know, it's nothing that she doesn't know. It's nothing that she doesn't already know, and it's nothing that we haven't already talked about. But what if she listens to it and she's just like, "Who is this loser? You know, who is this fucking punk?" Um, well, you know, that's just part of the risk. It's just part of being in the ring, dude, as Brene Brown would say. Uh, so anyway, dude, I don't know where I was going with all that, um, but yeah, dude, I've just been, I've just been in it, dude. I've just been in it. Um, and it's so hard not to be hard on myself. Like, dude, that's the thing. I was talking to the woman I'm seeing, and just sharing with her a lot of my feelings and stuff, and she was like, dude, you're so hard on yourself. And in my head I was just like, fuck, dude, I know. You know. And I talked to my brother, dude, and I see it in him, and it's just like, dude, we're so fucking hard on ourselves. And yeah, man. Yeah. uh but anyway, man, on a lighter note, i've been uh I've been trying to sort of, dude, why do I fucking, I've been hunching more lately too. Fuck, man. I um I stopped wearing my mouth guard like 6 days ago, and I just find I've been thinking about it for a while, dude, and I'm not sure if I'm like stopped for good, but I read that book Letting Go by David Hawkins, and in the book he talks about letting go of programs, right? Like, I need glasses, I need a mouth guard to go to sleep, I need this in order to do this, I need, like, the word I need. um and just his example with the glasses is like, well, you really only need 5% of your vision to move through the world. Like, if you really want to get down to it, you only need 5% of your vision. The rest are just distractions, right? So if you wear glasses, do you really need them, dude? Or are they just, I don't know. Um, and he wore glasses and he decided he doesn't need them. And then 6 weeks later, dude, his vision comes back 100%. And it's like, all right, fucker. All right, dude, let's test this shit out. You know, let's test this shit out. Finally, let's fucking put our money where our mouth is. I've slept with a mouth guard for, I can't even remember when, 10 years, dude. Um, Ever since I got in that fucking wreck with my brother and Andres at 13, dude. Ever since that day, my life was never the same. Because doctors said I could have died, and my fucking mouth died. I had to fucking get it surgically repaired for years. And now I get food stuck in my teeth in places that other people don't. And now I have to floss more than regularly. I have to, there's just so much. I have to fucking wear a mouth guard, or so they say. because there was so much trauma endured by my gums that now when I go to sleep, my teeth are just fucking, there's so much tension that they just clench and grind all night. And so I shred a few mouth guards through the years, and I'm on like my fucking fifth or sixth one right now. And just there's times where I'll wake up, dude, and it feels like my mouth guard was what fucking cut into my gums. And I'm like, dude, is this really like, I'm just like, do I need this? You know, do I need my mouth guard? Do I really need my mouth guard? Or is it just like, and when I say I need, dude, what I mean is like, okay, so my mouth guard helps me not grind my teeth. What happens if I grind my teeth? Well, so far in the 6 days that I've slept without it, I wake up and there's like a 2% level of like feeling a little bit like just like my teeth have been pressing against each other. But for the most part, I don't wake up with like a headache or like there's nothing like inhibiting me from living my life in the 6 days that I've slept without it. I haven't noticed a change in the quality of my sleep. I haven't really noticed a change. My mouth still bleeds. I still drool. I still get up to pee at least once in the night. And so it's like, do I really need the mouth guard? And so far the answer is no, man. So far the answer is no, I don't. Maybe it helps, but I don't even know at this point, right? And my favorite example of this whole need idea is when David R. Hawkins decides not to use his glasses anymore. I think he says that he like goes for a bike ride or goes for a drive or something like that. And every time I tell this story to someone, they're like, how can he do that? That's so irresponsible. And it, like intuitively you're like, oh yeah, like if he wears glasses and he drives without him, it's irresponsible, right? Because you think he needs his glasses in order to drive. But if he only needs 5% of his vision and he compensates for the fact that he's not going to have the rest of it in his way of driving, he's not driving like he normally would, then what does he really, is he really being irresponsible? Like why have we drawn the line of irresponsibility at you need 100% of your vision, And I don't know, dude. I don't know how I feel about it, but the way he describes it is like every time I was veering off my lane or veering onto the sidewalk, what I needed to see came to me. So like maybe he can't see the sidewalk, right? Without his glasses, he can't see the sidewalk. But as soon as he's veering up, he sees it and then he's like, oh, and he compensates, right? And so it's like, I don't know. I just feel like we underestimate our just natural ability, our bodies and our humanity, dude, our nature, right? And I'm just done underestimating mine, dude, with this whole fucking mouth guard thing. Like, when does it end? When does it fucking end, man? When does it fucking end? I don't know when it ends, but maybe it ends with fucking 6 days ago, dude. Maybe that's when it ends. I also went to a movie recently. That's what I started the podcast with. And dude, I knew as I was buying the tickets, I went with the girl that I'm seeing, and I knew as soon as we were buying the tickets, I was like, this movie, I wasn't sure about it, dude. It's called Wrath of Man. directed by Guy Ritchie. It's Jason Statham. And I saw the trailer for it, and I was like, okay, okay, dude, I'll take a leap of faith. Looks like John Wick, but okay, I'll go with it. It's Guy Ritchie, you know. Um, and we went to the Barton Creek Mall, dude, and it's just, dude, it was worth it, right? The movie, I don't know about the movie, but the theater going experience at the Barton is always worth it, dude. Get a bucket of popcorn. She got a fucking Coca-Cola icy. I got a little baggie of M&Ms because they didn't have Bunch of Crunch, which we realized we both really love, and we were both really disappointed when they didn't have them. And a bottle of water, dude, and then the Barton Creek, dude. It's like the VIPs in Mexico, where you just hit a little button and you press the little button and it's like, and your feet pop up, dude. It's like now it's like you're in bed, but you're in a theater. And it's exciting, dude. I don't know. It's exciting to go to a movie because it sort of forces you to just watch the movie, right? If you watch it at home, you can pause it, go take a piss, kind of watch like a 5-minute YouTube video while you're taking a piss, dude. Then text somebody, maybe check your phone a lot more when you're watching it on your computer. When you're at a theater, dude, at least for me, I'm just like I'm all in, you know. But this movie, man, if any of you listening to this right now are thinking of watching Wrath of Man, just don't. Just don't, dude. It's Guy Ritchie's worst movie. Possibly one of the worst movies I've seen in the last decade. For sure, one of the worst acted movies that I've ever seen. And I just didn't get it. Like I went in and I was like, it's Guy Ritchie, dude. Like at least there's gonna be some kind of fucking good dialogue and some good action. And what I got, dude, was like it was like the movie SWAT from 2006 with Colin Farrell, but in 2021. And it's like, well, this would have been awesome if it's 2006, but it's 2021, dude. Why are you making a movie from 2006 in 2021? And it was kind of funny because as I was watching it, as it started, it reminded me of like the way that my brain tries to write scripts, where it's like I feel like every line has to be like a one-liner, right? And that's what the movie is. The movie is literally all just one-liners. And it's just so cliche, dude. And Josh Hartnett is in it, but he looks younger than in any of his other movies before. And so you're like, is this Josh Hartnett or is this like a lookalike? Like, why is Josh Hartnett in almost like a cameo role in a fucking B movie? And so I spent like 30 minutes just trying to figure out, like, is that Josh Hartnett, dude? I haven't seen Josh Hartnett in a movie since Lucky Number 11, dude. And guess when that was made? 2007. Like, I just like, what am I watching? You know, there's a moment in the movie where Jason Statham and Josh Hartnett are in like a security truck with millions of dollars, and they're about to get attacked. And Josh Hartnett just starts freaking out, and it's like the worst acting I've ever seen in my life. He's like shaking, like he's just so over the top. The whole movie is so over the top that I kept looking at her like I kept looking at the girl I was with like Do you think this is on purpose? Like, are they trying to make fun of these like terrible action movies, or do they not know that this is a terrible action movie? Um, but there's one line in it, and it's in that scene where Josh Hartnett and Jason Statham are being ambushed. Um, dude, just this one line made the whole movie worth it. It was Josh Hartnett's like having a fucking panic attack, right? Doesn't know what to do, and Jason Statham's just cool as a fucking cucumber, and he's just like assessing the situation. And Josh Hartnett's like, "What do you want me to do, man? What do I do? What do you need from me? What do you want me to do?" Just terrible acting, and and Jason Statham just looks at him, dude, and he's like, "You just put your asshole back inside of your asshole." I just want you to put your asshole back inside of your asshole. It's like, dude, I've never heard a one-liner that makes less sense than that. that's funnier than that at the same time, you know, like just put your asshole back, put your asshole back inside of your asshole, dude. um and it was one of those lines. I was in the theater and like a couple people chuckled and I chuckled, but then as 5 seconds after it happened, I laughed harder. And then 15 seconds after it happened, I remembered the line and I laughed even harder. And it was just me laughing at that point, dude. I just couldn't stop thinking about like, uh, just a genius line, dude. Just put your asshole back inside of your asshole. And Jason Statham delivering it, man. I wish I had it like queued up on YouTube or something. Um, the rest of the movie is terrible, dude. But that one line is great. Just put your asshole back inside of your asshole. Dude, Jason Statham was the only person that was good acting in that movie. And, and it was like he was mad at everyone else the whole time. He was like, just like, get your shit together, dudes. Like nobody's acting in this movie except for me. And he knew it. And he was just like angry the whole time. um, but, um, but yeah, and then then after the movie, we, I asked her like, she had said she wanted to eat pizza, dude, before the movie, or she was thinking about getting pizza at the movies, and we got the popcorn. And I was like, oh, like I can help you out, and she wasn't sure, and so I was like, why don't we just get pizza after? It'll be better pizza, and maybe you'll be hungrier. So we get out of the movie theater, and she says, let's go to California Pizza Kitchen. You know, we're at the fucking mall, dude. And she grew up in Austin, so she's like, she has childhood memories at the mall. And I'm like, let's fucking do it. So we go to California Pizza Kitchen, dude. We go to California Pizza Kitchen. First of all, I didn't know California Pizza Kitchen was like a sit down restaurant. I thought it was like Subway, you know, like where you just go up and you're like, yeah, let me get a fucking meatball sub, dude. And somebody wraps it up and then they're like, all right, get the fuck out of here. Or, you know, you could sit down at a Subway, but nobody's going to come and take your order. California Pizza Kitchen, dude, full blown restaurant. It's got a menu, it's got booths, it's got fucking outdoor seating. And we get there, dude. There's no hostess, but there's a host stand, and it's like, please wait to be seated. And I was like, do you want to just sit down? And she's like, no, like it looks like there's someone here. And it's like, oh, there she is. And this girl looks like she fucking just hates her job. Starts walking slowly and kind of pissed off, like toward us. And she's like, oh, okay, like just two. I'm like, yeah. She's like, all right, I'll clean a table for y'all. And I'm like, fuck, like, okay, I'm sorry, dude. And then I see, dude, in the back of the restaurant, I'm like, there's like a window and it looks like there's an outdoor patio. And I just ask her, like, hey, uh, is there outdoor seating? She's like, no. And I was like, oh, okay. And I keep kind of like peeking, dude, because I'm like, what is that then? Like, I want to go stand over there for a little bit if it's not seating. And I guess she noticed me looking and she was like, I mean, like we usually do have outdoor seating, but like just not right now. Cause like we're about to close in like 10 minutes. So like y'all are gonna be the last people here. and and dude, I honestly couldn't even I couldn't even complain because I was like, all right, all right, dude, we'll leave then. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Um, because I hate when people do that. I hate, dude, especially at a restaurant. Like, especially at a restaurant. When I worked at fucking the seafood restaurant back in last year, and we closed, I think, at 9, dude, 9 or 10. And if ever somebody came in at like 8:45, quarter till close, we would say like, oh yeah, we're gonna pack everything to go because we're about to close, right? Because that's what our fucking manager told us to do. Um, and so, dude, it was like 5:50 on a Sunday. That's why I just was like, dude, this is like things are open later, right? And like I guess a mall closes at like fucking 6 now. And so we were just like, oh, like, all right, like, dude, should we just leave? And she's like, yeah, like, let's just, like, and I was like, we could just, like, go to Home Slice or something. Like, she's like, oh, Home Slice. Like, it's like, yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. And then the girl saw us leaving and she's like, oh, like, are y'all, it's like, no, we're leaving. Sorry. She's like, oh, are y'all sure? Like, she cares now all of a sudden. She's like, uh, and yeah, dude, I don't know. So that's been my fucking life. That's been the pupil's life, dude. That's been my fucking week. Um, thank you guys for listening. Dude, I've noticed that I fucking tilt my head a lot in the episode. Uh, yeah, man. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to the pupil's life. If you enjoyed it, dude, do whatever you want, dude. If you enjoyed it, dude, give it the finger. Um, and that's all, man. That's all for now. I'll check back in next week. Thank you guys for being here. And yeah, man, have a dope week.